right, gangsters. So we're gonna spill the beans. We're
All
gonna,
of them.
yeah, we're gonna tell you the truth. All right,
The nitty gritty,
The nitty-gritty.
sweaty, behind the scenes.
the real stuff, the details.
Yeah.
Right?
Getting ready for a trip.
Yeah, we're getting ready to take the ROG 12RK out on I think it's gonna be 9 days. I
I
think
think it's 10.
10 days. Okay,
Yeah.
10 days.
Off grid.
Off grid, up off the Blue Ridge Parkway, and you know, we were just going to kind of give you an idea about what the preparation to go on a trip like this is all about for us. Anyway, you know, it's going to be different for everybody, but you know, it might give you some ideas, some insight, and then we're also going to share with you. You know, it wasn't our intent when we started this video, but as it turned out, we just sort of morphed into that. Just share a little bit about some of the cooking decisions that we make and some of the health, I guess would be the right way to say it.
How we live.
Yeah, kind
really.
of. Yeah, more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, more about how we live. You know, a little tour of our little tiny house. We actually live in a really tiny house. It's maybe considered maybe a large tiny house.
Yeah, it's a small house.
It's a very small house, 750 square feet. It's actually an old garage that was turned into, well, really not that old a garage that was turned into a home, you know?
Yeah.
And then our regular home that we used to live in, we turned into a rental property. So, you know, anyway, we're just going to kind of share with you a little bit about, you know, us and our life, and you know, it just kind of turned into that. You know, it wasn't really intent. Our intent was, hey, let's just make a video about what it takes to prepare to go camping.
Yeah.
And then
to run away and play house in the woods.
Right, run away and play house in the woods. Right. Yeah.
You don't just walk out the door and do it. At
Yeah, I
least
mean,
I don't.
Yeah, no, and people don't typically show the getting ready part, you know, because that's like not the fun part, you know. But you can't do one without the other.
Yeah.
So
like you got to take the trash out, and I think you got to clean the toilet because you're going to be gone for a while.
You got that right. So anyway, we thought that we would spill the beans and let you know what's going on. So here we go.
Yep.
Okay, so morning, gangsters. We're
Good
getting ready
morning.
to head out on a camping trip, and we thought we'd show you a little bit of what we do when we get ready to go on a camping trip.
Oh, yeah. We did talk about that, didn't we?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what you doing right now?
Well, I just ground up some wheat to make some flour, and I'm going to feed the sourdough so we can take it with us. I want to try and make sourdough biscuits, and who knows, maybe I'll even try to make sourdough bread
Oh yeah.
while we're camping.
Oh wow.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to make some ham salad for sandwiches, and I'm going to mix up the salmon and crumbs and stuff for salmon patties. We'll have those for dinner tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just getting organized.
That's right. So in case you're wondering how we grind the wheat, I'll show you the little wheat grinding machine. Well, actually, it's not too little. It's actually a kind of a large machine, I guess. But it's called a Nutrimill. And you just put the berries, wheat berries in there, and they come out down there. So in case y'all are wondering, why in the world are they grinding their own wheat? I'm gonna let Pam explain the philosophy of that.
So we started grinding our own wheat right before Y2K.
If you're old enough to remember that.
If you know what that is. And during that time period, I was a stay-at-home mom, and we had 6 kids, and we had homemade bread every day. And
Which was amazing, by the way.
As a way to, you know, keep all of our bellies full and not spend a lot of money. So I would buy wheat in 45-pound buckets. And part of the reason, a big part, is for the nutrition, and I get to pick like the farm that we get our wheat from, and we love Wheat Montana Prairie Gold white winter wheat. So That's the wheat that I get. And fortunately, I can get it at my local Amish store, which is cool. We'll have to take you there one day and make a video because it's a cool place. So anyway, white winter wheat, and we grind it ourselves. That way we're using whole wheat. And the moment that you break the kernel, the oils inside of the wheat start to age. And as they age, they eventually get to a place where they are rancid. Rancid oils are not good for you. They're really not good for you, which is why there's so many preservatives and so many packaged foods. So obviously you're starting to figure out that we're a little bit off the deep end with healthy eating. But point is, we grind our own flour because it's healthier.
All right, so one of the other things we like to do sometimes is pre-cook certain things that we know we're going to take with us camping. And well, I had a great big old block of liver mush, and I love liver mush. So I'm pre-cooking the liver mush so we can just throw it on the little griddle and heat it up real quick. So yeah, and we always cook our liver mush in the oven. Comes out really good that way.
It's easy.
And in case you're wondering what liver mush is, well, you'll just have to look it up. All right, so this is the liver mush after it's been, I guess you'd say roasted in the oven. You can cook them in a pan as well. I just find that cooking them in the oven like this, I do the same thing with bacon. They just come out so much better. They're a lot more evenly browned and stuff. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And it's just a mixture of pork broth, pork livers, cornmeal, wheat or flour. So we're gonna have us some pancakes. I think these are sourdough pancakes. Some pancakes and some liver mush because we believe in eating healthy.
I'm having my pancakes with homemade blueberry jam.
There you go. All right, so there's the sourdough pancake. Let's see, is it any good? Let's find out. I've already had a couple bites, so I already know it's delicious. Let's see here. Man, there ain't nothing quite like a sourdough pancake. There's a completely different flavor and a different texture. Just saying.
Hi. So I'm prepping some veggies, and because I'm gonna pre-make the salmon patties for tonight, and I'm also gonna make a ham salad. So I need to cut up some vegetables because we're all
she's gonna chop up some celery.
Yep. And I'm gonna chop up some onion, to use in these recipes.
Right.
And yeah.
So I was gonna take a moment and talk about the idea of eating healthy. So she had mentioned earlier that we eat healthy, and we probably really should actually clarify that and say that really what we do is we really try to avoid processed foods. That's really more of our drive than it is to eat. I mean, like, I'm not sure that liver mush is necessarily what most people would consider to be healthy, or that, that sourdough pancakes would be considered to be healthy.
I need to get these off here. Sorry, but I am busy doing multiple things.
Yes, we are actively getting ready. Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to film, while we were doing this, because I mean this is the reality of what we're doing here. Yeah. we're not staging this.
No, this is
we're actually doing this. So yes. But I don't know, I mentioned earlier about the pancakes. There's just something different about sourdough pancakes.
Yeah. And it's basically the same pancake recipe. I use leftover sourdough for when I have to, pull some out or throw it away. And you mix that with milk and get it all liquefied together, and then you add that into your
You might want to explain what you mean by throw it out.
When you feed your sourdough starter, you have to take part of it out and do something else with it. Otherwise, your starter would get so big.
So instead of throwing it away, we turn it into pancakes.
Yeah, we have been experimenting with turning it into pancakes and turning it into biscuits.
Oh, biscuits. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sourdough biscuits.
Yeah.
And homemade sourdough biscuits are just unbelievably good. This is the beginnings of salmon patties.
Yeah.
And
salmon
we're just using canned salmon, you know. So.
Yeah.
And she likes to eat the bones. I'll show you that later. She loves to eat the salmon vertebrae. I'm like, ugh, but she likes it. Don't you?
I do. Yeah.
I'll show you her eating some salmon vertebrae later.
Yeah, and the skin. And
yeah, she likes
dark.
the skin.
It's a wonderful.
It's good for you.
It's a wonderful injection of nutritious stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Pam, she likes to put her homemade blueberry jam on her pancake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And butter.
Yes, she does. She always adds, it's kind of funny, like there's a lot of butter in these things, but she goes ahead and puts more butter. Of course, I don't know, you used oil on this one, didn't you?
I used MCT oil. Yeah,
she used some coconut oil. Let's
medium
see what her,
chain triglycerides.
Let's see what her thought is about her delicious, well, we'll let her decide if it's delicious or not.
It's good. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not delicious?
It's delicious. It needs more butter.
Oh, she needs more butter. Okay. And then we do actually use like the real stuff. This stuff is like stupid expensive, but we don't use a lot of it, so you know it does last us a while.
Okay. Another comment on why we eat healthy. We eat a lot of organic food. We eat mostly home cooked food.
Yes.
I pressure cook dry beans because it's supposed to make them better for you, more digestible.
Better for your gut health.
Mm-hmm. We do whatever it is that we do with the way that we eat so that we don't have to have all kinds of prescription meds. And we're both in our 60s, and all other than vitamins, we don't take any medications.
We do take a lot of vitamins though.
We spend the money on food and supplements so that we can live a healthy, active life as long into our senior golden years.
That's what we're trying to do anyway.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Look at this cucumber.
Oh,
we
wow.
do this. It's huge.
We're going to give all that credit to God and
Yeah.
Pam.
Yeah. Okay, so my favorite pot to cook in is my Instant Pot.
Oh, no, not Instant Pot. Instant Pots.
I was going to say that. I have 2 of them. The reason I bought the second one is that they came out with the ability to do canning and pressure canning for like 4, I think you could fit 4 pints in there. And I have used it for that a couple times. It's fair to say I use it 2 or 3 times a week at a minimum. We have made everything from, I make all of our own yogurt because it's way cheaper to buy grass-fed organic milk and make a half a gallon of yogurt from that than it is to buy pre-made yogurt at the grocery store.
Not to mention the fact that it tastes way better.
Yeah. So I make our own yogurt and I cook beans. A lot of times I cook beans from dry using pressure cook. In 30 minutes I can have beans ready for whatever I want to do. And then we have also stumbled upon some amazing meals that we've done in the Instant Pots. Like
we're pretty much in love with the Instant Pot.
Yeah.
It saves time and provides such tasty food.
Delicious food. Like, who can take a pork shoulder and turn it into barbecue in less than 3 hours?
Not very many people.
I can.
That's
and
right.
it rivals the stuff that I used to cook, sear in the morning, cook all day, and don't eat it till dinner. So, we use the Instant Pot. We've done pork tenderloins in there. We've done pot roasts in there, pulled pork, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. So, I need 2 because sometimes I have them both going because when I make yogurt, it takes 24 hours. Right. And what if I want to cook beans while I'm making yogurt? I need my other Instant Pot.
I hear you. Pam does most of the cooking. I cook some things. She's actually better at it than me. And she's actually the driving force behind most of the, I guess we would call this back to the source type cooking. We take ingredients and make something from it. We take raw base ingredients and create from those rather than buying pre-made things as a general rule. Yeah, not that everything that we eat is, not processed. Like liver mush is definitely a processed food, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that you can easily make at home as far as I know, but now maybe it is. Maybe we should look into that.
Yeah, I do spend a lot of time in the kitchen, but I love cooking. And you probably should take a picture, if you can get a good picture, looking out from the kitchen.
Oh, well, I'll just come around to the other side.
The flowers, and we live out in the country,
yeah.
The patio. I have a beautiful view.
Yeah, we have a kitchen that's set up really well for cooking, I keep telling her we need to do like a cooking YouTube channel, because, we got a pretty good setup for that, It's all completely open. But yeah, that's what she's talking about. She likes the view out the windows. There's the camper out there, the Rog.
I cook with a lot of fresh herbs, and I grow them 10 steps out the door.
Yes, I'll show you I'll take you out there and show you.
Look at this pancake I'm burning.
Oh, wow. Look at that. This looks delicious. Well, it's not too bad.
The birds might get that.
It's not too bad. That's what happens when you try and film while you're trying to get ready.
Well, you're multitasking.
Right.
Yeah.
And Pam's good at that. I'm not so good. I'm going to go show you her herbs, though.
This is my herb garden. This kale.
That's a tree.
It's a kale tree. Lemongrass, thyme, echinacea.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Here we go.
stevia. I've harvested and dried a lot of that. I like to put a tiny little pinch of it in my tea.
So stevia is a natural sweetener, for those of you that don't know.
This is tarragon, parsley. These are wildflowers.
We like wildflowers.
Curly parsley here. Yeah. This is oregano, regular, common, or whatever it's called, standard oregano. Here you have rosemary. This is called columnar oregano.
If you ever want to grow some really delicious tasting oregano, this is the stuff to grow. Yeah. Columnar.
I have a sheet bleaching in the sun there.
That's a little trick you guys might not be aware of.
Yeah, you can lay something white. This is actually a mattress pad. You can wash it, lay it down on the grass in the sun. And on the grass. It has
to be the grass.
Yeah, you can't hang it on the clothesline. You have to lay it on the grass. You have to lay
it in the grass.
But it bleaches it.
It really, truly does work, you guys.
Over there is more garden.
Yes.
There's some more herbs and some mints, and there's tomatoes and watermelon. There's all kinds of stuff down in there.
Yeah. I'll just kind of give you a quick 360. That house down there is a rental property. That's our house as well. I'll just kind of give you a 360 of our little space here, a little slice of paradise that we got going on right here. We love it here. So this is what we call home base here. And there's the Rog. Boom. This is exposing Mark and Pam, the Runaway Gang, and the way they live their life day.
Yeah. So this is an all-in-one washing machine. It washes and dries. And this load, I'm going to allow it to dry. And it'll take it probably 2.5 hours from washing and drying.
How in the world does that work?
If you're familiar with a refrigeration circuit and how that works, or the way that you remove moisture from air, just like what happens at night, things cool off and the water condenses and falls out of the air. So what they do in here is they blow air through, after the wash cycle of course, they blow air through the inside of the machine, and when it leaves the tub where the clothes are, it goes through an area that has cold water pipes in it. and the moisture that's in your clothes condenses on those pipes, and it drips and then gets pumped out of the back of the machine. There's no dryer vent. There's no 240 amp plug you have to have for a clothes dryer. This just plugs into the wall with a regular 120 plug. This particular one is small. It might be the smallest one they make because we're living in 750 square feet. This is small. The fridge is kind of small. And then we have a 18-inch dishwasher, I think.
But this used to be a garage. You can kind of tell, you know, those big windows, well, they used to be garage doors. So you can kind of get the idea.
And the house is a disaster zone.
It kind of is currently, but not too bad. And then there's the bathroom up there. I'll just give you a quick tour of our house since I'm being all transparent and stuff. We'll just show you like it is. This is kind of like on the spur of the moment. No plan. Corner shower. That's basically all one piece. There you go. It doesn't have a separate tank. We got a lot of oddball stuff. You know, it's kind of, I guess we're kind of odd, but you know, we like being odd. We're gangsters, that's right. So anyway, that's the bathroom. This is the living room area, I guess you'd say. Kitchen area, which, like she said, is kind of a disaster at the moment, but this is reality. We're not putting on airs here. One thing that we did is add a bunch of USB plugs into all of our electrical outlets. So we got USB plugs all over the place. Some right there, here. All right, so I'll take you upstairs, show you our bedroom even. We don't even have any sheets on the bed. I'm just gonna take you. And here's all of our family photos over the years. We're just gonna show you everything. Pam works at home, so she's like half retired, and then I'm retired. So she works here in the house. So we got, you know, a little printer. There's your little office space. I actually work for a company, basically makes songs for sick kids. And that is my little recording studio. This is the bedroom area. This used to be just a loft space, and we turned it into our bedroom. And there's some advantages to being old retired people because, well, we don't have a bedroom door. No doors to close or nothing like that because it's just us in here. And here's all of our inspirational sayings. Oh yes, gotta have those. So yeah, I'll take you on a tour of the studio, and we're showing you everything. All right, so here I'm gonna give you a tour of the recording studio. Well, it's not the most, you know, orderly and, you know, organized thing in the world, but you get the idea. Drum set. As you might guess, I'm kind of into music, so, and I write songs for, as I was saying earlier, the Songs of Love Foundation, which, you know, it sort of gives me a little bit of income. Not a whole lot, but. So anyway, there it is. Boom, recording studio. We got a bag full of prepared veggies.
Yeah.
Celery sticks. Mm-hmm. And cucumber sticks.
Yeah. And we grew these ourselves, so I know they're organic. And some people might wonder why in the world am I taking the seeds out, which a melon baller works great, but you could use a spoon. And I also took the peels off. That's because, according to Dr. Gundry, who is easy to find on the internet, you might have even seen him.
They've seen him. Yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah. But according to Dr. Gundry, there are, I would call them anti-nutrients, called lectins, which if your microbiome, the bacteria in your gut, is compromised, can make holes in your intestinal wall, which is only 1 cell thick.
They refer to that as leaky gut.
Yeah. And that causes inflammation because your body is fighting the foreign invaders that are getting in, but they don't belong there. And so your body fights them. And if it fights them in a repeated basis, then you actually will store fat there to feed the army, so to speak. The reason that I pressure cook beans is that pressure cooking destroys lectins. The reason I'm taking the skin and the seeds out of the cucumbers is to remove the majority of the lectins. Don't feel compelled to adopt all these crazy things that we do in a day or a week or a month. We've been on this path for almost 30 years.
Here we are, gangsters.
Yeah.
And we have, actually I shouldn't say we, Pam has single-handedly prepared all of the carrot sticks and celery sticks and cucumber sticks.
Yeah.
And put it in a smelly bag. What want to talk about the smelly bag? I think it's called Smelly Proof.
They're reusable plastic bags. I bought them to use when I go backpacking to reduce the aromas that might attract a bear.
There you go. We don't want bears sneaking up on us.
I like to sleep in a hammock when I'm camping, and I do not want to be what is referred to as a bear taco.
I told you I was going to let you see Pam eating some vertebrae and some skin.
Here's some vertebrae.
There we go. There's some vertebrae. There we go. She got herself some vertebrae. Oh, wow. She just ate like an entire spinal cord of a salmon. Doesn't bother her. She's a gangster. She's a true gangster. Pam has been a busy beaver, and she has prepared some ham salad. Right now, she's pre-preparing. I guess it should just say preparing.
Yeah.
Some salmon patty mush. What do you call the salmon patty stuff? I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
Salmon patty batter.
Salmon patties, yeah.
I'll let you explain. You know what you did.
Usually I use seasoned breadcrumbs, but this time I didn't. I used Triscuits that needed to get used up. So I broke them into little crumbs. There's 2 eggs. There's a can of salmon. There's diced celery and diced onion, smoked paprika, pepper, parsley from the garden that I had dried.
This is the reel right here. This is our trash that we made this morning, getting everything ready. And we're getting ready to load up the ROG. And one of the things that we like to make sure that we do is take out all, this is our recycle bin, and then this is our trash bin.
And clean the sink.
Yes, she's cleaning the sink, yes.
You know, and making sure we don't leave any debris in the sink.
Right, no little bits of food debris and stuff to attract bugs and whatnot. And then we're going to take all the trash out so that we don't also attract bugs and whatnot. So, yeah, here we go. Just wanted to show you real quick that usually the night before, preparing for a trip, especially if we know we're going to be off grid, I will go ahead and hook up the power to the ROG, and that way it lets it charge up the battery all the way, batteries I should say, all the way up to 100%. And then I also will turn on the fridge and get it nice and cool. So yeah, it's nice and cold in there. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, gangsters, so another one of the things that we do to get ready is we just kind of stage everything. So we've got everything that we're going to be loading into the ROG, all sitting out here, clothes, pillows, blankets, food, and we use this red tote as kind of like a back and forth kind of a tool. It's kind of a, you know, take this out here, unload it, carry it back in, load it back up. So we'll put all the cold stuff in this unit here as well. So Pam usually does that. We have things that, you know, I have the things that I do and she has the things that she does, and we just kind of know what they are and we just do them. All right, gangsters. So we're going to talk real quick about one of the other things that we do to get ready whenever we go on a camping trip, and Pam's going to talk about that.
So, if you look at this faucet, it's a wonderful faucet. It's a nice, like, house style faucet. But when you're driving down the road, it can, you know, it can react to the bumps that you're going to hit. So I just put a rubber band on it and a towel on it, and then I figured out where it was going to hit on here to make, and I just put a suction cup just to keep it from being able to hit, because we were concerned that it would dent the fridge.
And I think there's actually been some people who have had some scratches and dents on it.
Yeah, I think we've seen other people's comments about getting dents and scratches over there. So
we thought we'd pass along our idea on how to resolve this little issue. And so far,
it's working great.
Yeah.
Kind of like my hiking boots keep the fridge closed.
Right, and we'll show you that. As a matter of fact, we'll show you that right now. All right, so Pam's going to show you her trick on how to keep the fridge from popping open as you're driving down the road as well. This is another thing that we've started doing while we're traveling.
Yeah, we've had more than once when we get where we're going, the fridge is about like this, because the back door of the camper is closed, so the fridge can't open all the way, but it can open that much.
Right.
So, I don't know, you could buy a fancy gadget or whatever, but this...
What you got there?
Those are my hiking boots.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, these are my Zero hiking boots, which are, for other people, they probably might want to use sneakers. But that works great, and the door closes right up against that and holds it in place, and that fridge will not open.
Yeah. Simple.
So, yeah.
Easy.
Use what you have. Don't
quick.
Buy an extra thing.
Yeah. Don't spend money on something else. Just use what you got.
Be a Yankee. Be a, stingy old timer like me.
No, be a gangster.
Follow the runaway gang. Well, I'm a gangster. Well, they did it again, oh dang. Well, I'm a gangster. Don't you wanna be one too? Gangster. Don't you wanna be one too? Well, I'm a gangster.
So here we are. We couldn't really see it on the time lapse, so I thought I'd show you real quick how we have the back set up. Hey gangsters. So I was just going to show you real quick how we get everything set up. We use this little jobby right here. This is a Kurt Echo wireless brake controller. This thing actually works really good. Some people have said it doesn't work good. Our experience has been it works great. I've had other brake controllers, and this is just easier, and it doesn't involve any wiring or nothing. So anyway, this thing here, just saying, it works. For our experience, has worked great. So anyway, all you do with this thing is just plug the darn thing in there into your 7-way pin adapter, and then take this flimsy little thing. This thing is not super great, but it's it's intended to just keep it from falling off. It's not super secure. And then take your 7-way pin plug that bad boy in there, and make sure your latch is on and holding the plug in. And then I always do this, everybody has their own little things that they do, but I always take and pass the cable through here. That's just my personal thing, and it seems like it works pretty good. Cross your chains, hook them up, make sure they're hooked up, make sure your jack is, seated in place, because you definitely don't want this falling down. and then we'll be ready to go. All right, so I think everything is, we've unhooked all the power and everything and hooked up the trailer hitch and all that. And the only thing left to do now is just fill it up with water. So I got to move the ROG in order to do that. So we're going to move it around to where we fill it up with water. And then once we get the thing full of water, we'll head on the road. And that's our getting ready to go camping procedure.
While we wait for the big water tank to fill,
This is my job for the moment.
I will show you what we got and why. The big gray thing is not the back wall of the camper, it is the bottom of the bed. We flip it up on its back, and that gives us all this space for stuff. So we've got, you know, ukuleles and our 10 by 10 awning and pillows and sheets, blankets. It's supposed to get down one night, it might get down to 59.
Ooh, baby.
My hammock stand. We have the fan on low. I'm traveling down the road just to try to keep it a little cooler. I also keep the windows blinds pulled down. We got hiking poles, shower tent, the solar panels, the Thetford. A couple of jackets and all of our clothes are in the closet space. And then in the truck, in the back of the truck, I think we showed you already, we've got bicycles and chairs to use at the campsite. In the back seat of the truck on the floor, we've got charcoal, and we've got our 2 stand-up paddle boards.
Okay, gangsters. So that's pretty much it. We just wanted to, you know, kind of tell you what we do to get ready to go camping. This is by no means the, you know, the way to do it. This is just a way to do it.
Yeah.
And if you guys got suggestions, like I said, we're doing something that doesn't seem good or seems stupid or something, please tell us, because we're
Tell us
very
how to do it faster or easier.
Right, we're all about it. And we want to learn, get better, you know.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if there was something that we did that, you know, you hadn't thought of, or you know, would help make your getting ready to go a little bit better, then good. I'm glad we helped you.
Yeah. And if you like this video, share it with a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you out there.
Bye, gangsters.
Bye.